What is up, everybody? Steve here, and we're making pho again. Today it's gonna be pho chicken noodle soup, Vietnamese style. But per your guys' request, we're gonna do it with drumsticks instead of my traditional whole chicken. And I believe it's because some of you guys are scared, which is okay, to handle a full chicken head on and everything. So let me show you how I make it with just drumsticks. Super easy, super delicious, and no chicken head and feathers to deal with. All right, we got 5 pounds of drumsticks here. I just got these from the Asian market, but you can source them multiple ways. Into our tap water it goes. Drop them in to cold tap water here, and we're gonna start our parboiling process. Add a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna add a touch of distilled white vinegar. Bring her up to a boil. Alright, so 5 to 10 minutes max on high heat. Let it parboil, turn it off, let it cool down. And we're going to rinse off our drumsticks here under cold tap water to remove any excess scum. Don't forget to rinse your main pho pot, since I'm using the same one with the brush and just water. No need for soap, just in case it gets into your main broth. So rinse your drumsticks here. Boom, get it back into your main pho pot. And we're going to aim for about 8 liters of high quality H2O using my clearly filtered tabletop water filter. Get her back on the stove, turn up the heat. I'm filtering more water to yield 8 liters into the main pot. Next, we have 1 yellow onion here that we're going to peel out the outer layer. And I have 2 medium-sized pieces of ginger. Use a spoon to scrape off any excess skin, and we're going to just char these bad boys up on the open flame. You could do this in the oven, in the broiler, on a pan, but if you have direct flames, hit it with that heat so it can release some moisture, some aromatics. We're going to get our charred ginger into the main broth. We're going to get our charred yellow onion into the main broth. Next up, we gotta start on our dry spices here. So we got some star anise, some coriander seeds, some fennel. I'm just eyeballing everything. It's about 4 to 5 tablespoons. 2 cardamom pods. And the rest of our dried dehydrated shrimp here, probably about 3 tablespoons, and 2 pieces of fresh garlic, just because I had it laying around. And slowly roast this for about 5 minutes. Medium, low heat. You don't want to burn it, but you do want to release all those aromatics. And we're going to get it nicely into our spice ball here. Very, very useful tool. Spice ball. Everyone needs one if you're making pho. Alright, back to our main pho pot here. We got the drumsticks. It's about 20 minutes boiling. And I'm just going to stab it into the thickest part to see if it's bleeding still, which it isn't. So it's ready to take out. So take out your drumsticks about 20 to 30 minutes. Just make sure it's not bleeding, but you don't want to overcook it. Take it out, and then we're going to fill her up with the rest of our high quality H2O that I've been filtering. About 8 liters in total here. So we have the fresh ginger, we have the fresh onion. In goes our high quality H2O, and in goes our beautiful spice ball here. Next up, let's shock our chicken here in some cold water and some ice cubes, and this is going to stop the cooking process. It's going to tighten up the skin, it's going to tighten up the meat. Let it chill out until the ice cube melts, and then just rinse her off. It should be cold all the way through now, and we're just going to dry her out and let it sit in the fridge for maybe an hour so it's easier to cut up. Alright, straight from the fridge, and let's butcher this drumstick up. Slice it right down the center and just carve around that bone without breaking that meat apart to keep it whole, so it's easier to even cut later. And boom, just debone it as so. The chicken's cold, super easy to handle, perfectly cooked, still pink inside, not overcooked, not powdery. So slowly, small knife, carve around that bone, saving the meat and the skin. You could toss the skin, you could set it aside. I like the skin on. And then save the bone and joints, because that broth still needs it. So let that chill out, set aside. And this is the rest of our drumstick bones. There's some cartilage, some joints left. Alright, back to our main pot. We're going to add back the bones and the joints to our broth. Cannot waste that extra flavor and greatness. Add a little bit more water, and we got 1 hour left in that main pot. This is about 30 minutes in. Sometimes I turn it a little too low where it stops boiling, so try to keep it at like a low simmer, low boil. And the final skim here of the scum, and you can instantly see how clear that broth is now. And then we're going to season with 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of mushroom seasoning or chicken bouillon powder. Give that a mix for the final 30 minutes here. Give it a taste. If you want to add more salt, please do so. Next up, enjoy some ASMR of me cutting some green onions, cilantro, and some red onions. After our garnish, let's work on our chicken here. I like to slice it as so it has some texture when you bite into that chicken. Skin on, but you guys can always peel the skin off and do whatever you want with it. Add it to the broth, fry it, but I like to keep it on just the way it is because it gets all gelatinous in that pho broth. And this is the fresh pho noodles I'm buying here. Usually chicken pho is served kind of like northern style with the thick fresh noodles. Again, a treat, but you can use the regular pho noodles you find. Alright, let's make a bowl, shall we? First and foremost, our fresh noodles that we broke apart earlier, we have to rinse it off. It has a nasty layer of oil on it that you don't want to eat, that is used to preserve it so it's easier to handle. So I rinse it off thoroughly, dry it out, back into the bowl it goes. Beautiful bouncy fresh noodles and our chicken that I cut up earlier. And look at that, all that thick cut. Add your cilantro, add your green onions. Try to make it look presentable here. Add your purple, red onions, whatever color that is. But it's starting to look like a beautiful bowl of chicken noodle soup here. And that's our broth. 1 hour, about 2 hours total. Nothing crazy here. And look at that. Not bad with just drumsticks. And here comes the real test. This is Kim's bowl here. Serving table side with that beautiful broth. First taste. Hot. Fill her up with that pho broth. Some freshly cracked black pepper for the princess. The official taste here. Ooh, those eyebrows. Yep, got the little nod. She's enjoying these fresh, bouncy noodles. But you know it doesn't end here. We got to add the Thai basil. We got to add the bean sprouts. We got to add the lemon. We got to add the fish sauce because it's still pretty light overall. Thumbs up. Chicken is good. And as always, everybody, thank you for watching. I love you all. What are we cooking next?